Hello, everyone. It is your girl, Life Coach Whitley, and I'm so excited to bring you this episode of Heart to Heart, original content from Voyage LA, because I am sitting here with the Monica Stockhausen. Woo! Oh my gosh, I am so excited. Thank you so much for joining me to have this heart-to-heart conversation. Like I told you, Voyage LA, they wanted original content where I sat down with amazing, powerful individuals, and I was like, well, I have to freaking interview one of my closest friends, Monica Stockhausen, the Monica
Don't
Stockhausen.
do that.
No, it is a the.
When
okay?
I saw Whitley Porter on my phone,
Stop.
I was like, hell yes.
Stop.
Hell yes.
Come on.
I mean, come on.
We have to do it. One time for the one time.
I missed you.
I missed you. I freaking love you. And I just want you to know something. I have to say this. You look stunning.
Thank you.
Fabulous. Like,
Thank you.
Ivy Park, we need to shout her out. Please sponsor.
Black owned, woman owned. That's what I
Let them
buy
know.
all the time.
Thank you.
Every day. I just appreciate the matching.
We didn't even do this on purpose. Like you had Beyonce style you. I
had Beyonce, really?
Yeah. Ivy Park styled you. I had styled by Yvonne. So
Yeah.
she had to hook me up. But hey.
But it's styled by Yvonne.
By Yvonne.
Right.
And she's bomb. Yeah, book her. Okay.
Woman owned, black owned.
Come on, black owned, woman owned, and she's just amazing. Anyways, I love this. I love you. Because when we sit down and have conversations, I don't know a time that we've ever had like any type of gossip fest, like negative. When we talk, it has always been about our own issues, how we can empower each other, and I love that. And I've seen you honestly grow and do some amazing things. But before we go into that, please tell the people who you are, what you do, like at least so they know. You know what I'm saying? Who the Monica Stockhausen is.
Yes, so I am a professor by trade, business professor, and I've been teaching for, oh my God, it's been 6 years.
Really?
Yes, it just hit me right now.
Yes.
It's been 6 years, and it's crazy because I started very young at 24, which was crazy. Everybody was like 10 times my age. I started in New York City, and then I moved back to the IE because I'm IE born and bred. I had originally started my first business, Nerdy Girl LLC, which is helping women remain courageous, competitive in the US job market. It's like a complete mind, heart, and professional reset. We teach them how to negotiate their salaries. We teach them how to stand up in a room full of men. Like, what are you bringing to the table? What are you saying? What do you get to the table? All of those things. And that went really well. But in 2020, it was this serendipity experience where my skills and the market aligned, where people needed my help with starting businesses. So I started that originally in 2020 just because someone needed help. Decided to say, hey, there's some traction here. Let's dive on into this. Put a flyer out, Canva.
Canva?
We're not even sponsored by them. I shouldn't even said their name.
It's okay.
Yeah. So I put the flyer out and I was booked back to back. It was insane. And I think a lot had to do with my reputation being in education and just like people respect and trust me. So that's the thing. After that, I booked clients I think 6 months in, I had about 10, 15 clients. And then I said, I have something very premium here that I invested in a coach.
Yeah.
And then girl,
your life changed.
It's been up from here.
Wow.
It's been up from here.
Wow.
So that's who I am.
I love that.
Well, that's what I do. It's not
That's
who I
what
am.
you do.
Yeah.
And, to the point of even going into that, and then I do want to go into who you are, because I think you are a phenomenal human being. Really and truly. Like, we had like a 2-hour conversation. I was in the car running from the bank. I'm like talking to you. I'm like, this is why I love her. I should have known. But
we don't talk often.
We don't. And we don't need to. We talk when it's necessary, and when we do, I always feel filled and refueled.
Same.
And it's very genuine and authentic, and I love and adore you. But to get to where you are, because it always sounds great, and I love when people share like what they do.
Yeah.
But there's like these missing pieces that, not everyone understands how long it took you, like the even mental fortitude you had to have to keep going. You kind of rushed over it like, oh, people like 10 times my age. But what has your journey been like to get to now a place where I think you feel settled in who you are? Talk a little bit about that.
I think that's interesting this conversation is interesting because social media makes you believe that it just happened all at once.
Exactly.
And it seems like you had just started and you blew up.
Yeah.
Like I've been here.
You've been here.
I'm not new to this.
Yeah.
Like I've been speaking for a long time.
Yes, you have.
Like not getting paid $100. It was just the grind. I've been teaching for a long time. I've been in community work. There's a reason why my name comes up, because I've been, pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
I've been in spaces. I've shown up. Tired as all, but I've shown up. And so through the journey, I realized the moment I got settled, it was like a culmination of all of these wins and all of the losses together.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes me so grateful, is that, and humble too, is that this experience is a full body, full mental, full energy experience, full psychological experience. I think getting here was definitely emotional.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of heartache in this. Like people don't know, in the job that I had in New York City, that I got attacked by a client one time, and I had to go to therapy for that. Like those are things that I have to reflect on and say, wow, that happened, and then what now? Right? People don't know that I've been told that I'm not a great speaker, right? People don't know that. But here's the thing, like people see Monica now, but I had to grow just like everybody else.
Yes.
I was whack.
Talk about it.
I was like,
Yeah.
But I think the journey is beautiful.
The journey
like
is, yeah.
I get to reflect and look like, wow, like I was just on a podcast the other day, and I was listening, you know how you run the tape back. I feel like I'm like Kobe, like that, like running the tape back.
Listen,
Beyonce running the
and
tape back.
it's a real thing, though.
You got to run the
You
tape
have
back to
watch
see and to
yourself
listen.
learn and grow.
So I was running the podcast back. Yeah. And I was listening, and I said, wow, Monica, you've grown so much. I used to just over talk.
Yeah.
Not take pauses, just blah, 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 blah. Not being intentional. And this podcast I really enjoyed. I was like, wow, good job, Monica. And acknowledging my growth has been like really important, because as high achievers, we will accomplish very big things.
Very big.
I mean, break generational curses.
Come on.
And then forget. And move on. Like nothing happened.
Yeah.
And then I'll have the audacity to show up in a new space insecure. Like we haven't been here before, And I tell clients that all the time. I say, you know what? You're not new to this. You're true to this. Step into the space with all of the experience and perspective, everything that you have, bring it to the table. This is just your expertise in a different format.
Yeah.
Go off, show off.
And before you go on, I love this. I love this. And I have been pretty intentional and dogmatic with bringing people around me too that will keep me and hold me accountable to staying pure, to understanding like where I am at, how far I've gone, and forcing me to enjoy it. Like Sam, creative director for this, he all the time. Before we even get started in a business, how are you doing though?
How are you?
What's going on with you? How do you feel? How do you actually feel about what we just accomplished? Like we'll do things like celebrate. So we get a new contract, we'll go for drinks. But like it's because it's like
it's very human.
We have to humanize it. You can't become so obsessed with just accomplishing and achieving that you miss it. And I think that's where that emotional work comes in that you talked about. And I want you to kind of tap into that. What does that look like? Because we'll hear that kind of stuff said and it sounds great, and then they'll like look you up and see all your accolades and be like, okay, but how do you walk someone through, this is the emotional work I did to be able to be settled and where I'm at now?
Yeah, honestly, I'm about to get a little emotional now, and I think it's okay to do that. It's a long road of therapy. It takes a lot to be honest with yourself. Because if you let people hype you up all the time and put you on this pedestal, you will try to live it. You will try to live the entire life. And then at some point, you'll come to a halt and realize, Monica, that is not all of you. What you do is only like 3/4 of who you are. And so sometimes I saw myself trying to silence my other parts of me because it didn't align with being a professor. It didn't align with being an entrepreneur or whatever narrative that was out there. I think being honest with myself and really processing in really tough moments. Like, for example, if I felt like I didn't do well on a speaking engagement or whatever, I'll sit down and write it out. Okay, well, first, what did you do well with? Because I'm not about to just bash myself. And then I'm going to look at what I can improve on, and I'm going to turn it into an affirmation, you know? So you got to be radically honest with yourself, because I see a lot of folks who are unaware of how they're coming off, and it's because they haven't tapped into what's really going on. And boy, my therapist forces me to do that. Like, Monica, your success doesn't necessarily define you. It's the things that were already in you from the gate. The fact that I was always a helpful person, very sweet, very compassionate, very understanding. I feel like those are the things that I really hold on to about myself that I don't want to lose. I don't want to become this, you know, business guru who just doesn't give a fuck. That's not how I identify. I'm very concerned about human beings and the human condition, and people really striving, but also honoring their psychological development on the way.
Love that.
That's really important. The narrative, hustle, 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 grind, 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 team no sleep, gotta get this paper.
Oh my gosh, shut up, go to sleep, relax, have a drink, go hang out with friends.
It's too much.
What do you say then to people who are in a space where they're trying to figure out that balance, though, of how to press into their next level and apply that pressure? Because there's a part of you too, as much as you are, I mean, I love your energy because it's very much so welcoming and you're very present and all of that, but you are a bad chick. You know, if I cursed, I would call you a bad bee, but you know, you are that chick, right? And you work really hard. And I don't think people understand that there are times when you've had to make sacrifices and do that. So how did you find the balance, or how do you balance, rather?
Yeah, it's not even balance, it's seasons. Respect your season. So
respect your season. Respect your season.
Respect it. And I think entrepreneurs, we try to do everything at once. So they're like launch season, create content season, sales season, client season, all at once. Be a family person, you know. No, month of February was launch season. So I have to tell people I'm going to be busy during this month because I'm launching and I'm converting clients this month. So I'm probably not going to be interacting a lot. What else I'm not doing that season is I'm not building or learning in that season. There's a season where I've invested in a coach, paid thousands of dollars in a coach. And I say from this month to this month, I'm learning. I'm not trying to learn and build at the same time. Now, granted, some people have to do that, but respect whatever it is that you're doing and don't add in other things. If you're gonna be learning and building, then learn and build in that time. And then that's that. Don't feel like you have to learn, build, create content, sell, launch, because then it looks messy. Respect your season. And it really will stop us from being overwhelmed as entrepreneurs. If I'm launching, I'm launching. If I'm learning, I'm learning. If I'm chilling, then goddamn, I'm chilling.
I'm chilling, because I'm chilling this summer.
Girl.
I'm going to go hard, right? Okay? When it's like
it's my hot girl season.
It's hot girl season. It's not a joke. It's not a game.
Summer.
And you have to have that set in. So then a question for you. What is it like, you know, being a female entrepreneur, woman of color? I mean, gosh, the list goes on. Educated, master's. Like, what is it like when you step into spaces and you've had to kind of own all that you come with, which is brilliant and amazing, and be okay with some of the areas that you've been called to where people don't look like you, talk like you, and maybe even don't believe that you should be there?
I've struggled a lot. I think I've now just settled in showing up fully. And it's because entrepreneurship has given me my power back and ownership over my life. So I think a lot of the time I've been dictated with my transparency, how much I let people in, by the industry that I was in, being an educator, being a professor, being in like nonprofit worlds for so long. And now that I have ownership over my time and my money and all these other things, I get to decide how much I give to people and when I say yes and when I say no. So for me, I'm just like, wow, I'm now in this place where I'm settled. So now, honestly, I really don't give a fuck. Like, you no longer have ownership over my money or my time. So why do I care at this point? You know? And so now I can walk in these spaces knowing that I'm not new to this, I'm true to this, and this is my shit. And if you don't want to be aligned, then goodbye. Because I'm gonna make money regardless now. So that ownership has really given me the confidence to step fully. But before that, especially when I was in that medium place.
Yeah.
Where I was still working, I had still 9 to 5. I was an entrepreneur. I still had that medium place where I was like in conflict all the time. What should I wear? How should I wear my hair? How should I think? How should I show up? Now I just show the fuck up.
You just. This is why I love you. Okay, how do you bring that energy when it comes to relationships? Because I think I just had to ask because I know there are women watching and it's like, okay, she's such a baddie, but like, what does that look like? Especially because I know it's a lot, especially because we both are like, we like strong alpha. I like a good alpha male.
Oh,
you know
yes.
What I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
And and it's a lot to be all of that and still hold on to your femininity and like. There's just so much that goes. So talk a little bit.
I've been in conflict with traditional roles. So I'm newly single, and so I'm in the market. And it's different now because the last time I was single was in my 20s, and I was a different person. Now, I'm educated, I'm established. I really don't need nothing from nobody, right? Except for the things that I want. Right? You guys got that, but anyway. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. So I'm showing up, right? On the dating stuff. And then I find myself holding back sometimes all that I am, which is very weird. It's not in alignment with who I am in the business world, but I'm allowing myself to discover who this dating Monica is at this time, being 31, right? And so I'm also allowing myself to attract who I want and to choose. Because
to choose. Like we have the power as women
we choose. I've been filtering them out for sure. Okay. And not just career-based, right? Because ideally women are asking men what they do, but I'm like, well, how do you think? Are you processed? Have you ever been to therapy?
Are you emotionally available? Please. That's like step one, y'all. I mean, he could look good, but if he cannot filter through the fact that I'm not even talking about crying. I'm just talking about, hey, I was feeling, and then all of a sudden he clams up. So,
are you aware of how you're feeling right now?
Yeah.
Because there's been some awkward moments in dating, and I've had to text people back like that was really awkward. And I'm trying not to ghost people. Wow, it's really hard. It's really hard to do that.
I've never ghosted someone.
I feel like it's a really mean thing to do.
Okay.
And I'm trying to have integrity. Okay. But it's really hard to do because having to tell every single person that you're not interested for
every single person. Okay, come on, roster. Because you're a baddie.
Don't do that.
She said every single person. That's not what's going on with me. Having to tell that one person. It's more like one.
It's because I'm out there.
I'm not.
Like I'm like dating.
Because I'm doing the.
Yeah.
I love
different
people.
intentions.
We always out there. Dating. Hungry.
Okay.
Mad. You big mad. Okay, real quick. Because it just told me. I don't know how 20 minutes is almost done. I know. It's crazy.
Okay. That was quick.
Final words that you would want to give to a woman, and even man, because I'm sure that they're watching.
Yeah.
That is looking to say, okay, I love what she's saying. I want to move forward aggressively in the space of being my authentic self, showing up in spaces, stepping into whether it's entrepreneurship or anything that they want to do. What final words would you say in like a sentence or two?
Wow, that's a lot. Well, I'm going to keep it simple and say, I just need you to show up and show out. You have a very unique core expertise, very unique perspective. Bring that shit to the table and actually show up and show out. Show people. You don't have to talk about it all the time. Just do the work, and take care of yourself. My father used to say that every time I left the house. And it's just something that they say, right? But as I got older, I really understand the meaning. Take care. Take care of your mental, your emotion, your heart, your body. Stay safe. Really take care of yourself in the journey of going to the next phase and doing big things.
I love that. Where can they find you if they want to book you? And
they want to book me?
Because you're booked and busy, baby. So tell the camera where they can find you.
So I'm on Instagram, Monica.Stockhausen on Instagram. That's it. That's where you can find me.
Okay. All right. That's all you need to know. Yes. Come on, Ivy Park, Beyonce. We're right here.
Do you see us?
Yes.
You see us?
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of Heart to Heart. I want to thank Voyage LA for this original content. And you already know who it is. It is your girl life coach Whitley. And this is your girl, the Monica Stockhausen. And we love you.
We love you.